conversation with you guys. I think it's an important one that has been on the back burner, but now it's time to get it cooking. Wash and go styles are supposed to be easy, supposed to be. But for your particular hair condition and your particular hair type, could it be causing more harm than good? Let's get into it. I know we were all so amazed to see type 4 hair finally getting the attention that it deserved, that we were actually rocking curl patterns and just being able to wear our loose natural hair as it is, and just enjoying the opportunity to embrace what our hair naturally can do. None of us had even seen our hair in this condition before. And we wanted to see some curls, didn't we? Yes, we did. But the question is that I think has come about over this span of time is, number one, what was this wash and go? It wasn't where you actually washed your hair and you went somewhere. Matter of fact, you weren't going anywhere for quite a little while. It meant that you needed to cleanse, condition, and style. And that styling was consisting of stylers that you need to layer on. And then on top of that, you had this drying time, right? Okay, so we figured out real quickly that it wasn't a wash and go. It was a wash and sit, maybe. But for some people, right off the bat, it meant no matter how hydrated your hair was, these styles were not lasting. You couldn't get past 2 days with this hair. They were actually having damage from manipulation. And in fact, their hair was extremely dry. So at this point, I think we all can admit and agree that this is the question that needs to be asked. The question is this style right for me, for my hair? I've had clients that were so connected and convinced to this whole wash and go. I wouldn't say it's a trend, but this new wave of accepting our hair and styling our hair and wearing our hair out, that they could not think outside of that box. And they were still struggling through that hair, no matter which way I told them how to do it. It was always your technique. It was always an application issue. If it wasn't application, it was saturation. It was all of these things that you had to master. And some people that have mastered it admitted that it took at least 1 to 2 years for them to actually accomplish their wash and go in a satisfactory manner. Good, great. Was this the right thing for their hair? Is this style right for you? So here are 7 factors I think we all should really consider when it comes to our hair. Like, how is our hair responding to just minimal manipulation? How does our hair respond to that? So I'm going to get into 7 things that I think every natural needs to consider, especially when it comes to a wash and go. Is this style right for me? For number 1, if you are styling or doing anything to your hair and your hair is just breaking in your hands while you're detangling, even light handling, you start to have breakage, this style isn't for you. Let's start there. We've got other issues on board, and styling is not your issue. What you need to be concerned about is the health of your hair. So that trumps your style. So let's start there. Number 2, If you are shedding beyond what is normal, then your hair will, it's not going to respond well to more frequent styling. That's a given. If you have thin or weak ends, if your ends, and if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes so I don't get off track. But if your ends thin out quickly, or you feel that they're weak or they're brittle, and this is despite you getting all the regular scheduled trims every 3 to 4 months. Every time you go, your ends look like twigs. Like it's thick here and then it just goes into a straight point every single trim. That's what's going on with your hair. Your hair is struggling, baby. It's not flourishing. It's on the struggle bus. So you need to get off the struggle bus and find another style that would suit your hair better, because there's no reason with that many trims on board that your hair, your ends should be continuing to be in that particular condition. And it could be several factors. It could be the styling products they're using. It could be a number of things. But this is where you need to peel back the layers and start to investigate what could be possibly wrong with this scenario. And it's a conversation you should indeed have with your stylist. And if she don't know, then you need to find another one. Just saying. All right, number 4. If you are having difficulty retaining length, despite your best efforts, you're doing all the things that they told you to do, but your hair gets to a certain point, you can't get out the taper, or you can't get past chin length, or whatever the situation is, because the breakage offsets the new growth, then it's time to switch it up. Okay? Let's not get married to something that is not serving our long-term goals. That's what I need people to really think about when it comes to styling. Is this serving your long-term goals? Number 5, if your hair mats up or it tangles easily, and then that means that your hair could be better off in a style that is low manipulation. It could be suited, a low manipulation style could be suited better for your particular texture. Because if your hair tangles up and mats up real easily, this is not the style that is going to work for you in the long road. Let's do something else, baby. Let's just move on. Number 6, if you lose definition, and I'm talking about if your hair is past 5-6 inches. I mean, it's expected for me to lose definition within 2-3 days, 4 days at this length. But if you're under 5 or 6 inches, that's normal. I mean, it's just you're in the TWA stage, so don't panic. But if you have longer hair than that and you're still not able to keep definition, your hair is extremely frizzy after day 2, and you didn't spend all day trying to do all the things, trying to, you've conditioned, you've styled, you deep conditioned, you have used all these styling products, you got 4 or 5 layers of gel on your hair, and your hair still ends up in a fro in 2 days. Let it go, baby. Go do something else, okay? It's just that time. I promise you, you have not failed being a natural. You still gonna get all the awards that you're looking for, baby. All you gotta do is just choose another style, because this one's just not working. It's okay. Last but not least, if your scalp is tender, like your scalp don't like a lot of manipulation, your scalp feels sore, your hair may need a gentler style, something that requires less manipulation. Okay. All right. So just here are some quick suggestions. Number 1, stick to a low manipulation style, like a twist in. And I'm not talking about twist in one night, twist out the next day. That's still high manipulation. I am speaking about wearing your hair in just 2-strand twist or a flat twist style updo, something that keeps your hair tucked and just pleasantly away. You're not fiddling with it, hands and hair syndrome, all of those things, because those things could also encourage, your ends to become split and all of the things. So we don't want to encourage you to do more manipulation in another style. The goal is to do low manipulation styles and keep the hair in it. Okay? All right. And I want to encourage you to handle your hair gently when it's wet. You make sure that you have enough slip in your hair to do your hair properly. Always starting at the ends, gently working your way up the mid-chest. If you get in a traffic jam in that middle section, go back to the ends, clear the traffic jam, go back in and work your way back up until you can work that hair smoothly from ends to roots. And then you should be able to go roots to ends. And if you're having these things that we talked about, the breakage, the easily, you're just having, what was the word besides breakage? Well, I can't think of the word, but here you are. Get you some protein treatments. Get with the stylist to know what protein treatment would help. Oh, it was the lack of elasticity, because if your hair is breaking easily, it's lost its elasticity at some point in time, and that can come from extreme dryness. So we need to build that elasticity up, get your protein levels up, and then also get your moisture level up. So you need to follow that protein with extreme amounts of moisture, deep conditioning, moisture-rich products to help improve that elasticity, okay? And then focus on protective styles, as I said before. And don't overdo those, because you can over-manipulate the hair in those protective styles as well. Give your hair a break in between them. That way we can ensure that we leave with edges and scalp intact, because it's not protected if those are snatched. Okay? Okay. All right. So I just wanted to share those things. I feel like it needed to be said. And if any of these points resonated with you, then by all means, share them in the comments. I appreciate you guys for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Thank you, and have a beautiful day. Bye.